Right, we're going live shortly.
Oh, I didn't realize you can go live on this with Zoom. That's cool.
Yeah.
You can only go live if you're either one of the paid subscriptions.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I don't know if going to do that. He might
I
have
don't
because
know.
he needs this thing.
And I mean, this is one of those ones like with unlike StreamYard, you can have more people on screen.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We did a trivia thing with one of our friends, and we had like 16 people on screen at once.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because when we had the team, when he did this thing,
I think it tops out at 20
right, so 16.
because I did a faculty meeting and we have about 60 employees and it was 3 pages. So you can have 20 boxes.
And we are live. But hey, and welcome to this random stream I did. I've testing out Zoom to just for fun, see how it looks. But I've got a fun group of people here. I've got Jay Burns.
Today I am sponsored by Bong Energy. I am over caffeinated, so prepare for me to talk a lot. And yeah, good thing you guys can mute.
Is that new?
Bang Energy? No,
No,
Bang Energy's been around for a while.
No, you talking a lot.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes I talk about like stuff that's actually like relevant to what we're talking about, and sometimes I'll just go off on tangents, like a squirrel, something shiny.
But also here we've got Anthony and Christina. How are you guys going?
I'm sponsored by Hidden Valley Ranch.
I got nothing.
I've also got Joseph here. Joseph, how's it going?
And I'm sponsored by a Rubik's Cube. I'm doing pretty well.
That is
And I've also got Chris Diaz here. Chris, how's it going?
Doing good. Sponsored by Whiteboard. Totally can't have my cash.
And I'm here, and I'm sponsored by the game Munchkin. But yeah, it's one of those ones I thought that there's no point in testing if you don't have something to do while they're testing. So I've come up with a game. I've got a bunch of names on this wheel. You can't see any names, but there is names there. I guarantee it. And I decided to do a fun game of using the wheel to see what random cast of new cast community we can make. So I've got basically the main cast, and then I've got put Buzzsack and Frankie Dart there because why not? So I'll spin the wheel, and whatever name comes up is the one that's cast in the role. The first role we're doing is Jeff Ringer, and this wheel spin is going to be for Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicholas Cage is going to be Jeff Ringer.
Oh, nice.
And this next spin is Jay. Chris Hemsworth.
No.
I'd do them.
That man make everybody Thor.
Were you supposed to say that quietly, or
I thought I was quieter.
you've never been quieter?
This
Find
one.
out how good Anthony's mic really is.
Yeah.
That's
Peter Jackson.
very. That's a great
That's on
coincidence, isn't it?
And like there's
Peter
some.
Jackson.
I mean, it's not just actors here. I've got some random directors on here as well. This one's for Christina.
Chris Evans.
George Clooney is going to be Jeff
Mom,
Ringer.
take it.
There you go.
George Clooners.
Yeah, somebody's got to like it.
Yeah, feel him.
This spin is for Joseph. Jim Carrey is going to be Jeff Ringer for Joseph.
Interesting.
I can see it.
Could have seen it 30
And-
years ago.
And last but not least is Anthony. And Anthony's going to have a female version of Jeff Ringer.
And that's my girl. I love Emily Blunt. Christina knows that too. Her comment about Hemsworth, mine for Blunt.
It's a pretty blunt comment.
So the Jeff Ringers is for Chris Diaz. It's going to be Nicolas Cage. For Jay, it's Chris Hemsworth. For me, it's Peter Jackson. For Christina, it's George Clooney. For Joseph, it's Jim Carrey, and Anthony is Emily Blunt. What does everyone think about the Jeffs or the female version of Jeff?
Jeffalina. I'm just glad to know that I got somebody who has comedic talent to him. For the longest time, I said I was incredibly mad that Chris Hemsworth could be that good looking and funny, but in the movies where he's actually funny, it works for me. So I think that depending on the rest of the cast, this might actually be a pretty good start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you might have the best one for it.
All right, now we go on to Britta. And I'm going to go in reverse order. So this is for Anthony. Keanu Reeves is going to be
Oh,
I have the best cast. I'm done. No, I win.
yo. So
Hold
tell
on,
me
wait.
why Keanu Reeves' entire career started out like Britta in like season 1 and has transformed into Britta like post season 2.
Yeah, which means this is Joseph's Britta. And
Wow.
I'm feeling mine already. I like it.
No, I'm Britta.
This is Christina's Britta. Lily James.
Oh, that's Cinderella.
Yeah, I've
Maybe
never watched
Survivor.
Community, so I'm gonna take it for what it is.
She was also in Baby Driver.
No, that's
Oh.
okay.
I love that.
And Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
And yesterday.
That's for the group.
And my Britta is Florence Pugh.
Oh, you get to get.
Let's go like Antonio Banderas.
Love Fern Pugh.
If Jay could just get all Chris's. Oh, wow.
Ooh, Director Bong. All right, Director Bong.
And Chris's
Auntie?
and Danny Pooty has changed cast to Britta.
Who is he?
He's Arbed in the actual Community,
Oh, nice.
which is very funny segue because the next person we're casting is Arbed.
Oh, he's off the board. Yeah, no one's getting the normal guy.
But what does everyone think of their Britas?
I'm thrilled.
I should actually have actual community actor in mind.
It's right. But now we go on to Arbed. Arbed, this is for Chris.
Morning.
Bonnie Wright, who is Ginny in Harry Potter, is going to be Arbed.
Oh,
I was about to say, clue me in.
under the usual actress in the Harry Potter movie.
And for Jay, Angelina Jolie is going to be Arbed.
Oh, I love it.
I'll
I
trade
used
you.
to love it. Not biggest fan of her.
He started off so strong.
This is mine. Tony Todd from Candyman.
Candyman. Candyman. Candyman. What is that?
Stop
What is
it.
This
Why
is
does it sound familiar?
Christina's Abed.
Back just in time.
Will Smith.
Yes.
Solid. That would work.
In West Dreamatorium, born and raised.
This is Joseph's. Justin Bieber is going to be
Wow.
Abed for Joseph.
You said this was actors, actresses, and directors.
There is some random singers in there too, but he did act in
Okay.
Zoolander too.
He was also on CSI,
And you wanted
where
to,
he got
maybe
shot a
they
whole
could
bunch
offer
of
the
times.
right way. That
He was in Dave on FX.
Yeah, calling Justin Bieber a singer, still generous.
That's true.
I love the beat.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Ooh,
Mr. B,
Born
oh,
Interesting.
For Anthony Ron Atkinson is your Abed.
you got Mr. Bean. You got the best choice so far,
Oh,
bro.
I'm rolling through this. My cast is looking good.
My cat's
Isn't that fucking
interesting.
Angelina Jolie? Come on.
But now
Yeah,
we-
Justin Bieber.
now we go on to Shirley. And this is starting with Anthony again. Scarlett
Ooh.
Johansson is going to be Shirley.
Well, if there was one woman out there who could play another race, it's Scarlett Johansson.
She's done it before.
Apparently, I can't spell her name.
Just put ScarJo.
Yeah, I've thought about that too late.
Where do I get Sasha Banks? Okay.
I feel like I don't know who any of my people are. I'm just glad that I've recognized all my names so far.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
For Christina, your Shirley is going to be
Yeah, I was about to say, you're gonna have no idea who this is, right?
Joel McHale.
I know him.
He played Jeff Winger on the show.
He had that show, The Soup.
That was great.
Oh, you mean that guy? You mean the guy from the American version of the IT Crowd?
But this is my
The
Shirley.
guy who's an asshole in every movie he's ever in.
Martin Scorsese.
He could really connect with the plight.
But this is Jay's Shirley.
I mean, he did that in Shark Tale. So.
Is Bradley Cooper.
I wouldn't necessarily call what Scorsese did in Shark Tale acting. That's
It was voice acting. But even if you exclude that, he's made cameos in his movies.
And Chris,
Oh, yeah.
your Shirley is Steven Spielberg.
Take that, Scorsese. Mhm.
Actually, I think there might be all the directors I had on there to begin with off, but what does everyone think of their Shirleys?
I'm happy I have actually directed that love actually make my list a lot better.
But now we move on to Annie.
Yeah, that's a
And-
new one. I thought it was a full gender swap on this.
And starting with Chris.
Hmm.
Christian Bale was going to be Chris's Annie.
So Janet Trump, I love him.
Jay,
oh, who we got? Who we got? Give me somebody good.
Edward Norton.
Edward
I
Norton.
said, give me somebody good.
Edward Norton is a pretty decent actor.
Okay.
But this is mine.
He broke the one rule. He broke the one rule in acting.
For me,
To
Kevin
try to
Hart
win
is
an
going
Oscar.
to be Annie.
Oh,
I feel like Kevin Hart would crush that.
Yeah. Like,
This is Christina's Annie. Anthony Hopkins.
Name I recognize.
Oy.
It's all good things.
you're winning the name you recognize battle here.
Yes.
Little Annie Adderall. Ate a census taker's liver with a barbecue beans and a nice candy.
Let's see who Joseph can add to his much eclectic class.
Sometime this week we'll do.
Billy Lord is good.
Lord. Good one.
Okay. That one's
I didn't know
good.
we had cartoons in here.
At the bookmark, yeah.
But this is on to Anthony. Rupert Grint is going to be Anthony's Annie.
Well, it was good for a while.
Bloody hell.
He had,
Took me down a little bit.
But definitely some interesting choices there. But now we go on to Troy Bahans.
ooh, how to change that on
But yeah, Brian just said in the chat that until I spun that Rupert Grint, Anthony is the best cast so far.
Oh, but yeah, this one hurt a little.
Not that he's a bad actor, he just haven't done much lately.
Ken
Good
Jeong
job.
is going to be Troy and Anthony's version of Community.
I don't hate it.
Depending on which Ken Jeong you get.
Matthew McConaughey will be Joseph's Troy.
All right. Sorry, someone had to. I was waiting.
That's
for,
true,
I
someone
figured
did.
Jake was me on the joke, so I had to do it first.
See someone you know, someone you know.
Do you
Harrison
know?
Ford is
No.
going to be Troy for Casino.
Ooh.
Yo, I am killing this. I recognize every name on my list. Thank God, because some of you guys have people I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I've had a few of those. Harrison Ford, the worst pilot ever.
Even worse than an airplane.
No, in an airplane.
Hey, somebody got him.
Me.
He actually got the actual actor that played the
You got
Yeah,
Dong. Oh, you got
yeah.
Dong Lover.
impressive.
Not fair.
He's in control of the wheel. He knows what he's doing.
I mean, I don't know. Alison Brie is going to be Jay's Troy.
Remember?
Let's see how it's a top Tristan Bell.
And
Oh, yeah, I don't remember who that is.
Okay.
Taylor Swift
Oh.
is going to be Troy for
Ooh.
Chris.
Wouldn't really call Cats an acting
Yeah.
credit.
But
Oh, he was so bad in The Giver.
oh, we got someone else here.
Oh, yeah, someone,
Johnny.
I think you're right, but I don't know who that is.
I'll stop sharing for a minute. Just
I left got good and then it just got bad.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh. Finally decided to join the party.
Hey,
Hello.
Oh, now I can hear it.
Oh,
I think you got nothing. What's up?
Yeah. Not much. I completely lost track of time, Malcolm. I was talking with a friend of mine. And by the time it was over, I forgot it was like, you forgot about the list.
it's all good. But what I'll do is I'll catch you up by spinning the wheel for you up to where we are. Because we've just got up to Ben Chang so far with our random recasting community.
Oh, the community cast. Okay, I love community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just wait till you hear the casting that has happened so far.
Okay, I'm looking at that list. Wow.
But this is your Jeff. Timur Morrison.
Tamora Morrison. I like that. Oh, let me get a pen for this.
There are stranger actor combinations here.
Yeah, especially with Arnold Schwarzenegger being.
I just saw Britta Perry.
Especially with Taylor Swift, Tristan Bell.
You've got
Steven
Idris
Spielberg.
Elba as your Britta.
Mhm.
I think I could make a spin out of this.
Bad.
Daniel Radcliffe is going to be your Abed.
All right, cool. I think I can work something out of that.
Right. Your Shirley. Is Hugh Jackman.
So far, I haven't
Yeah,
gotten
I
a
think-
single email yet.
My end, you might have the best list so far at the moment.
Cliff Curtis is going to be your Annie.
Seriously, no women yet, but okay.
Your Troy.
I mean, if you want a woman, I'll give you Angelina Jolie. I'll take Cliff Curtis.
There he goes.
Jennifer Lawrence as Troy. I can actually see that combination.
But now we get back on track here, and starting with Ryan for Ben. No, wait, I was starting with Chris last time for Ben. So yeah.
Yeah, you do. I don't know how to do it.
All right. And so Chris's Ben is going to be Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Nice. It's actually good.
Jay's Ben Chang is Phil Collins.
Oh.
My Ben Chang is going to be Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
No. Good.
And Christina's Ben is Winston Duke.
I don't know who that is.
That's the guy that played in Baku.
M'Baku in Black Panther. He's also the dad in
Good
Us.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
That's
great
enough. Yeah, I
choice.
know who that is then.
It's-
Joseph.
oh God.
Oh. That is interesting.
Hey guys, I will call right back. I got like 2 calls going on my phone. Hold Hey Malcolm, I'll be back. I got my phone call happening.
No,
all of a sudden.
it's all good. All good.
Yeah.
But this is Anthony's Ben
We'll see if he even comes in.
Yeah.
is Meryl Streep.
Holy shit. Okay.
Versatile actress.
Versatile.
Absolutely. She can do anything.
And
Oh my
Ryan's
Except for make a choice, apparently.
God.
is Morgan
Oh.
Freeman.
That was
Oh,
That's
oh my
it.
god. I can choose which Morgan Freeman for Chang. Awesome. I can go lean on me Morgan Freeman or Kiss the Girls Morgan Freeman.
But this is
Hey,
but,
do Morgan Freeman.
but this is going to be Ryan's Pierce Hawthorne. Ben Kingsley.
Hey.
Nice.
No, at least you got somebody age appropriate.
Yeah.
Now just have him play Mazer Rackham from Ender's Game as Pierce Hawthorne.
And this is going to be Anthony's Jim Rash.
I still can't believe that guy has an Oscar, bro.
That is odd.
I only know him as Stitches in Sky High, the henchman guy with the green
It's
weird mask.
the gray skin. Yeah. Oh my god. I forgot he was in that movie.
Tom Hardy is
Tom
going,
Hardy.
is going to be Joseph's.
Not terrible.
I mean, if you use Capone Tom Hardy, then that's a good choice.
And this is Christina's. Tom Cruise.
Nice.
You're sticking
That's
with
also
people you know.
That's also a perfect choice. Oh, Will Smith is her Abed. Oh, she got a good one.
Gillian Jacobs is going to be my Pierce Hawthorne.
Okay, so Allison Brie is Jay's Troy. Wow. Okay,
And Malcolm got Donald as Troy.
Oh, give me somebody good. Give me somebody good. Give me somebody good.
John Krasinski.
Hey, all right. All right. I can see it. I can see it.
That's some good news for Jay there.
It's pronounced Kranicki.
Wow, so only wow.
I don't even see it.
James Corden is going to be Chris's Pierce.
Yeah, that's actually a wise choice. Although he could have been a good Dean.
Yeah, I was thinking that just as I did it. But speaking of the Dean, this is what we're on now. This is Chris's Dean. Paget
Paget
Brewster?
Yeah, she plays Frankie on the show.
Yeah, I put on a whole bunch of people from the show too, just to see what happens. Bruce Willis is going to be Jay's Dean.
Actually.
Oh my god, he's got a sweet choice.
This is my Dean.
Dean Pelton for me was Bruce Willis.
Yeah. Adam Driver is going to be the Dean for me. And Christina's Dean. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh.
Ooh.
Best actor of the bunch.
Dragging him out of retirement.
Retire.
John Oliver is going to be Joseph Dean.
Interesting.
Upgrade to a Dean.
Did you send on what, Facebook?
Cardi B is going to be Anthony's Dean.
Kurt.
Yo, I'm straight up with it.
And this is Weinstein, and that's Gene Hackman.
Ooh, I like that.
Hackman.
Going on to Buzz Hickey. And I think I've got enough. I think I've actually got enough names here that we're not going to end up running out by the time we get to Frankie. Russell Crowe.
Just getting smaller.
Not bad.
I can see. I can see him punch. I can see him punching hearts. Okay.
Yes.
I can see the.
I run up to him and I punch him in the heart.
But this is Anthony's Buzz, and it's Leo.
Man, I had such a crush on him from Titanic. I was 9.
Who didn't?
Oh my god, Joseph Sasha Banks is her Shirley Bennett. That is a good casting choice. She can definitely nail down the sassiness.
Sean Connery is going to be Joseph.
I'll take it.
Hey, that's also a good choice. You're gonna do a great Connery accent with your Buzz Hickey now.
And Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be Christina's Buzz.
You know him. This is
You
so
know
bad.
everyone on your list. So you have that going for you.
That's all I needed.
There's one more. You know you're not going to know who that person is.
It's okay. So Malcolm, I'm watching this on YouTube, and the way you have it set up is you can only see the person that's talking. So I don't know if you would want to adjust it so that you can see everybody.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a test. So that's something.
Yeah. Yeah, just like for future reference.
Yeah. But Matt Damon is going to be my Buzz.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
But this is going to be Jay's Buzz.
Give me somebody good. Give me somebody good.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. All right.
It is someone good.
Bill fucking Murray.
And this is Chris's. Billie Eilish.
Not gonna be able to hear it.
Oh, that's a bad man right there. It's a bad guy.
But
That was
and-
well said.
But now we're on to the last one, which is Frankie. And this is Chris's Frankie. Emma Watson.
All right.
Not bad.
Yeah, boy or a girl.
Girl.
I think Nicole Brown is going to be Jay's.
Okay. All right. I got Shirley for Frankie. All right.
This is mine.
The wheel is getting smaller.
Saoirse Ronan is
Ronan.
going to be mine.
Bad.
All right. It's not bad.
I think I'm just gonna watch Brooklyn and cry myself to sleep tonight.
I will stay down here.
Christopher Walken is going to be Christine as Frankie.
I think he would make an excellent woman.
Yeah, he'd do anything. He could do anything.
Great. You wrote Christina. Sorry, Malcolm. You wrote Christina Walken.
He did.
What are you talking about?
It's you. You still have Christian there.
You know who I mean.
Oh my gosh.
The Rock is going to be Joseph's Frankie.
Oh, so is it specifically The Rock and not Dwayne Johnson? Because I feel like those are two different personas.
I agree. This is the Rock.
I will
so
have to agree with Christina on that one.
it's the wrestling guy and like the game plan, not Dwayne Johnson, aka
Yeah.
Fast and the
The
Furious franchise.
eyebrow thing, and he has to have hair.
I mean, if that's the way you want to take it, you can take it that way.
So Christina's The Rock is the Scorpion King. The Rock then. He's got to have the eyebrow thing and hair. Those
Johnny
were her
Depp is
only.
going to
Those
be
were her
Anthony.
only two.
Johnny Depp is Anthony's Frankie. And the last spin.
Come on, a woman, a woman, a woman.
Guys, we're not trying to be
Chevy.
mean here.
Listen up. Chevy Chase. At least I get a community actor. Who are the choices left?
There's choices left. I because just because I can't remember who else was on here. Liam Neeson was on here.
Oh,
wow.
perfect Pierce right there. Perfect Pierce.
Jackie Chan was there.
Oh my god.
I watched some Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2 today.
That is true.
Nolan North.
Oh,
Roland
really?
North would have been a great
Okay.
op-ed. No,
Dude,
with the
yes.
voices.
Daisy Ridley was here.
Oh, I would take her as my Annie. I would take Daisy as my Annie.
Mark Hamill was there.
Oh,
Any
perfect
role.
Pierce right there.
Is that Luke Skywalker?
Yes.
Emma,
Wait,
Forgot to
was she
remember
already
one, but you
picked?
I
threw her
must have
twice.
had her twice.
Oh.
So nice, you named her twice.
And Sting was the last one they had.
Sting.
That's the one.
Sting.
Yeah. So for the random casting game that I came up, or thought of doing after I'd seen a few streams of other people doing this, but Jeff is Nicolas Cage, his Britta is Danny Pudi, Abed is Bonnie Wright, Shirley Bennett is Steven Spielberg, Annie is Christian Bale, Troy is Taylor Swift, Ben is Ryan Reynolds, Pierce is James Corden, Dean is Paget Brewster, Buzz is Billie Eilish, and Frankie is Emma Watson. Jay, you've got Chris Hemsworth as Jeff, Bong Joon-ho as Britta, Angelina Jolie as Abed, Bradley Cooper as Shirley, Edward Norton as Annie, Alison Brie as Troy, Paul Collins as Ben Chang, John Krasinski as Pierce Hawthorne, Bruce Willis as Dean Pelton, Paul Murray as Buzz Hickey, and Yvette Nicole Brown as Frankie Dowd. What do you think of your casting?
Honestly, if there was anybody that should play Shirley Bennett and they were a Caucasian man, it should be Robert Downey Jr. So I would negotiate and recast that part. I like Bruce Willis as Dean, just because I can see like Bruce Willis going back to some comedy roots, and I would really like to actually see that. I don't hate mine. Bong Joon-ho is the only really weird choice. Like if I could switch Bong and if I could switch director Bong and Abed Nadir, I think it would be perfect. Because at least that way nobody would really pay attention to Angelina Jolie, and people already think director Bong's a little weird. So yeah. Other than that, I don't even hate Alison Brie cast as Troy Barnes. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, for me, I had Peter Jackson as Jeff, Florence Pugh as Britta, Tony Todd as Abed, Martin Scorsese as Shirley, Kevin Hart as Annie, Donald Glover as Troy Barnes, Taika Waititi as Ben, Gillian Jacobs as Pierce, Adam Driver as Dean, Matt Damon as Buzz, and Saoirse Ronan as Frankie. For me, this is a really interesting list. Taika Waititi as a different version of Ben, obviously, for this. The last name would change, so it's not so much him playing Asian, but playing someone of his own descent and stuff like that. But it's an interesting one. Taika Waititi is a crazy guy in general. It works, but yeah.
I will be right back.
But Christina, George Clooney is Jeff, Lily James is Britta, Will Smith is Abed, John McHale is Shirley, Anthony Hopkins is Annie, Harrison Ford is Troy, Winston Duke is Ben, Tom Cruise is Pierce, Daniel Day-Lewis is Dean, Jake Gyllenhaal is Buzz, and Christopher Walken is Frankie. What do you think of your casting community?
I've never seen the show, but I just want to say, if you just look at the talent on my roster right now, I clearly have some of the best actors and actresses available today. So that's all I can say.
You're not wrong.
But we might have a guest popping in.
There he is.
Yeah, you can't play with us, but you can.
You are muted, Aaron.
I'm not wanting to play. I just want to be. I just was, showing up uninvited.
It's all good. You can judge everyone's list.
I already was, so that's no problem.
But
hi, Josie. Good to see you.
Oh,
Hi, everybody.
hey, Aaron.
But Joseph's cast is his Jim Carrey as Jeff, Arnie as Britta, Justin Bieber as Abed, Sasha Banks as Shirley, Billy Lord as Annie, Matthew McConaughey as Troy Barnes, Poster Malone as Ben Chang, Tom Hardy as Pierce, John Oliver as Dean, Sean Connery as Buzz, and The Rock as Frankie. What do you make of your cast?
I'm glad I got Billy Lord as Annie. I'll take Sean Connery as Buzz. Maybe Jim Carrey as Jeff and John Oliver as Dean. Schwarzenegger needs to go. And so does Justin Bieber. And
It's the Beeb.
It is the Biebs.
And I just realized, do I have the only all-white cast?
The Rock's on there.
Rock's not white.
Well, okay,
Finn
that's right.
Long, he's
All right.
not white.
In Post Malone, we don't claim.
You got Cardi B, man.
Oh,
you
you don't
get
think-
Cardi
thank
B
you.
skin color?
Thank you, Aaron.
No,
I
that's
don't have
Anthony.
Cardi B.
That's Anthony.
I don't
That's
have
got
Cardi B.
Anthony's the next one along.
Oh,
Joseph's that one.
oh, The Rock. He's not The Rock. Sasha Banks, Post Malone. Even though he looks white, technically he's mixed. So.
Yeah, he's not
Is Sasha Banks? Hold on.
Sasha Banks is African American. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I'm sorry.
Snoop Dogg's nephew, I think.
Cousin.
Post
Cousin.
Malone, not any colors.
Yeah, Post Malone is
Oh, I'm
just
sorry. Okay.
Ink.
Don't
he's
worry.
just ink
It's
colored.
okay.
But yeah, Anthony had Emily Blunt as Jeff, Keanu Reeves as Britta, Rowan Atkinson as Abed, Shirley Bennett as ScarJo, Rupert Grint as Annie, Ken Long as Troy, Meryl Streep as Ben Chang, Jim Rash as Pierce Hawthorne, Cardi B as the Dean, Leo as Buzz, Johnny Depp as Frankie. What do you make of your cast?
I think it's fantastic, especially
Oh,
Cardi
that
B,
is-
because that's hilarious.
This is a show people would watch.
This is a show people would absolutely watch. I will tell you that. I'm curious what Aaron, Mr. Serial Girl, Jay down there thinks about my list, though.
I don't know what that was a reference to, but you know,
That could
I
be
think that your list got better as it went along here. I would love to see the side little plot with Rupert and Ronan, especially. I think those two would work very well together. I think your like cast honestly would work in a show. If they were rebooting Community and they only took a few people and just reordered them and then a bunch of other celebrities, I could see your cast. Other than Leo in a TV show, I don't want to see. But that's just, you know.
Anything with Emily Blunt, that's for sure.
And
Yeah, you would have Emily Blunt. Speaking of which, you know, which girl am I trying to steal? Emily Blunt? Because you know your cast would have Emily Blunt on it. Yeah, just a random wheel. You know that I'm sure that was an interesting casting process with Emily. Just saying, Christina, you may want to talk about what happened there. All right, Malcolm's shaking me like he wants to keep going along here, so I'm gonna shut up. He gave me the head nod twice now and the hand raise. It's like, who invited this guy?
And last but not least, is Ryan's. Ryan had Timur Morrison as Jeff, Idris Elba as Britta, Daniel Radcliffe as Abed, Hugh Jackman as Shirley, Cliff Curtis as Annie, Jennifer Lawrence as Troy, Morgan Freeman as Ben, Ben Kingsley as Pierce, Gene Hackman as Dean, Russell Crowe as Buzz, and Chevy Chase as Frankie. What do you make of your cast list?
I mean, it's a good cast. Honestly, I do like it. I mean, there's clearly some people I might want to switch around for certain roles. I mean, I'm not switching to Tamora Morrison because that guy deserves credit. So I'm giving him Jeff. And originally I was gonna switch Idris Elba from Britta, but knowing the show and the route that Britta goes on, I think Idris Elba would be fantastic. And also we get to see comedy chops from him that we don't get to see a lot of in his movie career. I think the ones I may want to switch would be, because honestly, I don't see Jennifer Lawrence as Troy, especially, I don't know. I mean, if this was Jennifer Lawrence from American Hustle and Silver Linings Playbook, I'd say yes, but honestly, I think she would be a better Shirley, and then I would put Hugh Jackman as Troy.
But yeah,
Lawrence.
Yeah.
but yeah,
Pre-X-Men Lawrence. Pre-X-Men Lawrence.
but yeah,
Blaming
Eric,
me for that shit.
out of the casts, who do you think has the better cast?
Okay. How do I get back to seeing? Because I switched.
I can bring it back up and.
Oh yeah, bring it back up here because I was initially, I think, leaning. Let's see. I did tune out for a minute to eat some food, so I apologize for not following along.
It's all good.
I'm just looking through here, and this is kind of on just first reaction then. So quickly, I can't even consider Christina's list just for a few different reasons. But no, Christina's list is out because I couldn't even pick it even if I thought it was the best list. I don't want Anthony to kill me. So Anthony's list is great. So yeah.
For those of you that were unaware, Aaron was having himself a night on Saturday. And we had several clearly romantic connections via Jackbox because we just kept voting for each other. And Anthony kept making jokes. It was like, yo, Aaron, back away from my girl. And Aaron, again, being under the influence, I think, took it
of a lot of different substances.
and may or may not have messaged someone else privately wondering why Anthony hates him.
Oh
So
God.
now Aaron Steal Your Girl J is his new nickname.
Yep, exactly. If it can get me some matches, I'll pretend to steal someone's wife. I don't care. Whatever gets me some matches. It's not my
But I do
personality.
appreciate all the votes on Jack Lax because I won.
Yeah, I was on a lot of different. I wasn't just drunk. I was on a lot of different. I wasn't just high either. I was on mushrooms as well. I wasn't expecting to be on screen. I don't exactly know what I said, so whatever I said is the truth.
Oh my God,
though.
you said nothing inappropriate at all.
No.
That's the whole point of this being hilarious.
Oh, good.
You
Yeah, I was
literally
worried.
All I cared
Because
about was Christina getting my jokes and voting for me. And I was like, all I cared
Oh,
about was
that-
Aaron voting for me. And Anthony goes, yo, Aaron, back off. Try not to steal my wife. And you were like,
He said that 3 times on this stream. So all right, back to the list here. Malcolm's gonna boot me off here in a second. I can feel like the teacher gaze here. So I do. Let's see. Let me just start at the beginning. I'll go with Chris's list. The parts I really don't like about it because that would be easier for me to identify. Well, Steven Spielberg as Shirley interests me quite a bit. That's very interesting. Billie Eilish, though, I can't do it. No, I'm too old for her, and just no, she really annoys me. I don't know who Paget Brewster is, so sorry, Chris, I love you, but your list is out.
Agent Brewster is the one who plays Frankie in Community, and she's also been a current cast member on the show Criminal Minds.
So yeah, now I know who she is. I know who Frankie. I didn't know that. That's my bad, Chris. You're still out. Let's move on to Jay. Oh God, to consider Jay's list is hard for me because of Jay, but I'm playing the cast list here. So Bong Joon-ho, very interesting. Edward Norton, I think, would be excellent as Annie. Yeah, so I'm going to keep Jay in here for now and compare it with Malcolm. Yeah, Malcolm, I like your list, especially Tony Todd. I think Tony Todd is meant to be in Community anyways. So Harrison Ford and Anthony Hopkins. We're looking at one season, I guess, with your revival, which is fine. But one of which you won't make it back. And Christopher Walken. That's a lot of old people.
that's my list.
So-
Those 3 are on Christina's list, not Malcolm's.
Oh,
As
I
told you,
combined you
that's
two.
the list.
All right. Well, I'm not. Malcolm's list is out. Christina's list is out. It's down to Jay's, Joseph's, Anthony's, and Ryan's.
I feel like I'm
Who's
between
Cliff
Anthony and
Curtis? Who is Cliff Curtis?
Did you see?
He's The Rock's brother in Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay, and that's like all. Okay, so that's like a little. So there aren't a lot of actors
Cliff
who
Curtis has a long filmography. He was in. He's New Zealand, but he's been cast as a Latino, an Arab. Anyone who does not look white, Cliff Curtis has been casted as that character. Look at his filmography; it's insane.
Okay, all right. So then I actually do like that. I am still a Chevy Chase fan, even though that's not very in vogue anymore. Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, so all right, I have it down to 3. Joseph, your list it never quite did it for me. And yeah, so as much as I like Joseph as a human or clone or robot or whatever Joseph is, life being, as much as I like Joseph as a life being, I can't take your list here. So it's down to Anthony, Jay, and Ryan. So I'll go with my 3rd place team here. And that's going to be Jay. So Jay, I would give the bronze medal to. I really do like the few directors there with Krasinski and Bong Joon-ho and Chris Hemsworth. Anything with Chris Hemsworth other than Men in Black International, I'm excited about. So, and a few other things, I'm sure. But He's gonna be third, so it's down to Ryan and Anthony. So I'll just go cast member by cast member, and that will determine who wins here. So Emily Blunt versus Tamura. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one is really, really tough.
Aaron, I don't think it's this in depth.
Oh, do I need to? Should I end? I thought I'm having fun here. I just got on here,
Hey,
so sorry.
You want to go John Madden? Go right ahead.
I just did fine. Ryan wins then. Ryan,
Oh, I see how that went.
Ryan's
Yeah, I see how that went down.
I also like Ryan's list.
Ryan's list was good, but
Yeah.
he didn't have Carly Big.
Well, I'm sorry, I couldn't quite get down to that. I would have gotten there in about 45 more minutes if you would have waited. But instead, you didn't let me go through your whole list. So the opinion everybody cares about, which is mine, I say Ryan wins. And yeah, last place would be Joseph. So
Ooh.
sorry.
Ouch, man. I actually like his list.
I
Outside
like
of Bieber.
all these lists are great. I would say Joseph is the worst, Malcolm's second worst, Chris is third worst, Christina's is probably fourth or fifth worst, and yeah, the rest of which. So
I think
Yeah.
I think Justin Bieber would surprise all of you. I'm just saying.
So I would have a better opinion on a different show. I'll be honest. I've seen about 7 episodes of Community total. So all of which I've liked. I know I should go see it.
If every episode of Community is Justin Bieber just getting his face in the dirt, then yes, he would be a great choice.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was casted as that hippie in the first season, who has a romance with Annie, but he was always being spoiler. He's constantly being teased because he's got tiny nipples. Then that would be a role for Justin Bieber.
But yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of this random test. I think it works really well. I mean, it's that speaker view when I do the screen share, it could be an issue, but in saying that it all works. The wheel shows up, so that's what we need.
Yes.
But Joseph, where can people find you online?
Around in Full Metal, trying to get back in Multiplex, and I'm also on Letterboxd at Joseph O20, and not much else. Facebook, yeah, not much else.
Ryan, where can people find you online?
Well, people can find me on my Letterboxd as well. It's Valentine316. I've been like a tortoise on that page. I mean, I just finally finished a entire watch along of James Bond movies, and all those movies are ranked from worst to best. I'm now starting to watch along on all the Mission Impossible movies, so that shouldn't take as long. And then people can definitely look. I had a recent trivia match on Multiplex Warzone, and hopefully soon I got a match on Full Metal Geek coming out soon. People can be on the lookout for that.
Chris, where can people find you online?
You just find me on Facebook. You find me out. I have a few matches coming up. I see a live one tomorrow with TMG. From my understanding. No, wait, on Titan League, I mean. But you just still find me anywhere. And look forward to seeing me more movie Face Off. Got a match coming up in 2 weeks. Getting ready for it.
Aaron, where can people find you online?
You can find me crashing your live streams anywhere that I'll be allowed, which is pretty much Tony's page at this point. I also have a new partner coming from Multiplex, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, my 0-2 partner of what was his name? I forgot it already, but we're 0-2, so yeah, I'm moving on. So yeah, I'm gonna find a win in Multiplex.
Sorry, Aaron.
What's that?
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that maybe if I get with a player more likable than myself, I'll maybe get matched up with some good matches here. So that's your clue: is the person is more likable than me. So that narrows it down to everybody.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'll be around. I'm on Letterboxd as these gentlemen. I also follow all these gentlemen. I'm not seeing them liking a lot of my reviews, and I put out like 3 or 4 a day, but that's okay. Maybe
Like I said, I'm a tortoise. I'm a tortoise on Letterboxd. Okay.
Joe,
The moment you
Joe, I
see it,
like your reviews, but it's not like you have to like mine either. I'm just, saying. But anyways, you'll find me Inky Brooks on Letterboxd if you are on there. You all should be on that page at this point. Malcolm, I know you're on there. So Chris, Anthony, Christina, get on there. Letterboxd with a D.
I don't need to voice my opinions about it.
Right.
Christina, Anthony, where can people find you guys online?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, why don't you go first?
Facebook, if you want to see pictures of my cat, check me out on Instagram. And yeah, I just randomly pop up on things like this and then make people mad because I invite other people to their streams.
I mean, I don't have a problem Aaron being here.
Yeah.
Anthony,
Entertainment.
I did chat you, so you could have been like, no,
exactly.
I did let her know.
I'm in the same place as she is. I'm on Facebook and Instagram where there are pictures of my cat and also the beers that I buy from around the corner here. So that's about all I have. I'm trying to work on Letterboxd, but I don't understand it. So at some point, I'll be on there. But once I, figure it out.
We're old.
And then I'll be on matches on occasion, here and there.
It's a slow process.
And you can find me on Full Metal hosting Full Metal Random and Full Metal Classic. Full Metal Random, I potentially might actually have a double feature tomorrow. But I've got a Premier League match happening at 5 p.m. Eastern potentially. I'm just waiting for confirmation from both people that it's happening. And also there will be a recent releases match featuring Amaru Moses up against Sean Wasserkrug as well. So there's potentially going to be 2 matches to look forward for Middle Random. And over on Take 3, I host 2 shows on Late Night with Take 3 on where the topic is going to be about the Lost TV show. And also over on Rankum, we're doing top 12 acting performances in the Wizarding World franchise. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, so until next time, we're going to zoom on out of here.
Yes.
Oh, well
that's
done.
Perfect.